everybody, welcome back this week. Welcome. Just for those of you that don't know, I'm Kez. Phil is next to me and he reads all the questions out fabulously. I like that. Don't want him to resign.
She won't sack me, folks.
I might do. Depends how cheeky you are. Anyway, so we're going to get on with the Steampunk Hat. We left it here last week, so we will carry on with the goggle that we were doing previously. Okay, so if you want to switch me over cameras, please. If you do have any questions, please ask away. Oh my gosh, that camera does not look good there. Hey, what? Shall we move that over there? There we go. It's a little bit better. So what we'll do is we'll zoom. Oh.
You might zoom in.
You might zoom in. The camera's decided it's on the, oh, it's that one. I've got that many joints on this camera that you never actually know which joint it's going to be. So there we go. Straighten that up a bit so it doesn't look like it's drunk. There we go. There we go. So last week we were doing this side of the goggle. So what we'll do is we'll carry on doing that. We might zoom in a little bit more, see if we can get any further. There we go. Might be able to get some of the rim of this hat done or the top bit. Not quite sure yet. We will go with the flow. So I have the Peter Child's machine here and I have the spoon shader. Now this is just the one that I'm using. If you prefer to use something different, by all means use something different. I had quite a few questions last week about different tips. Just let you know, this is on a number 3. Okay, so I had a few questions about the different tips and whether you had to use what I'm using. By all means, if you prefer to use something else, please go for it. You don't have to use what I'm using. Okay, so we're just going to start very light pressure on this. We are going to do circular motion, so we're going to scrumble up there and around and see how that goes. Okay, so I do tend to use a very light pressure. There we go.
While you get started on that, do you want to find out who's out there?
Oh, yes please.
Well, firstly we have Mr. McJews.
Hey up, Mick, how you doing?
We have Jacob from Jacked Up Leatherworks.
Hi Jacob.
We have Bitten.
Hi Bitten.
We have Andrew from AGK Woodworks.
Hi Andrew.
And that is it for the moment.
Okay, brilliant.
Nice short list today.
Yeah, so at the moment I'm scrumbling. So the scrumbling is tiny circular motions. And quite often I'll switch between the scrumbling and hatching, which is just lines, or the swinging motion. But for this particular thing, because we've got to go over an arc, I fancy scrumbling. There's no sort of right or wrong, just you know, it's just what I prefer to use right now. If you prefer to use something different technique, then by all means go for it. There we go.
Why is it your dog
My dog
has to find something to chew up and sit next to me and do it?
because she loves you so much. She's really loud though, isn't she?
Yes.
At least she's not annoying the kittens. We have just taken in 3 kittens, and the dog that we have is female, so she keeps trying to mother the kittens, and the kittens are not happy about it. So they're being rather grumpy with her, and she doesn't know when to stop, bless her. So just scrumbling this whole area really, because it is quite a dark area. Just keep going over with a few layers. I'm just going to go over this layer first, which is a number 3. So it's quite a light shade, very gently. But then what I should do is, once it's got its skin on and its first layer, its base layer, then I'll turn it up and we can go again. There we go. So that's how it's first layer on. So what I'm going to do is turn this up to a number 4 and we'll go again, because then it just means that it doesn't scorch the wood quite as much. You don't get the yellow overburn. So just scrumbling that in nicely. So I'm just going to use a line to go up, going up like a sketchy motion, just to give that a little bit of definition. I don't want hard line, but I do want a little bit of definition between the two.
So Jacob says, you know, I almost got into wood turning.
Yeah.
Burning, but this leather working keeps me just broken, so I can't start anything new.
Hey mate, you can burn on leather.
I'll turn my microphone on and they might have been able to actually hear me.
Is your microphone on?
It was off just.
You wallet, is mine on?
Yours
Yeah.
is on.
Oh my gosh, the technical guy's not so technical today.
I muted it briefly.
Oh.
The dog was starting to get a bit noisy.
She's a noisy chewer. Yeah, just adding a little definition to that. That's all we're doing just here. Right, what have we got? Because we've actually got the line across there. There's one there and one there. So there, actually you can see there's a line. So what I'm going to do is scrumble them in.
Andrew says, that's a good idea, Phil. It's been one of those days, because literally 2 minutes before we were supposed to be live, the mics wouldn't work.
Yeah, it's just one of those days. It's technical issues, isn't it? They always appear when you least want them. Right, so I'm going to scrumble this one in here as well. Very light. We're still on a number 4. That's it. And then we're going to go over these again. So coming down, still on a number 4, we're going to scrumble over. So what that will do is these two lines that we've just put in will give them an extra layer, but the this bit here and the line, the inside bit there, will have only a second layer rather than a third one. So it keeps the tone of those lines just a little bit darker than the glass. Well,
Sharon Bennett's joined us.
Hey,
Says,
Sharon, how
I'm
are
here
you?
and late.
That's all right. Not to worry. You can rewind it later. So, just a quick recap. I'm using the spoon shader. You can use whatever shader you want to use, or ballpoint, whatever you choose. Choose your favourite. I've got this temperature on a number 4. I started off as a low temperature. I've added a base layer, and now I'm adding a second layer, but I've also scrumbled in 2 lines across there and there, just because there's a little shadow in the glass bit that I want to pick up. Okay, and that's about as far as we've got. So just scrumbling nicely. This next layer. So it is quite a bit more bit darker. I'm looking at this, but my iPad screen's actually a bit mucky. Give me a minute. There we go. Give it a quick wipe. I've dropped my mic on the floor. A little bit there anyway. Put it like there. Right, more clipped on now.
Loads of technical issues today.
Yeah. So this top line here is actually a little bit darker, so we're going to go again. with a nice scrumble, still on a number 4, which is like a medium kind of heat. I know that a lot of machines are very, very different, and even the same machine, well, the same brand of machine can be different from one to another. Come on out, you. Come on out.
No. No.
Ooh. The dog's being a pest. She was nicely laying down and being all quiet and sort of dozing away, well, sleeping, you know, snoozing, until we went live, and then she decided to be very lively. Mind you, the first week that we had her, she's just turned a year old, but the first week that we had her, we went live and we had her in here with us, because we generally do, and she chewed through the mic wire, so nobody could hear anything, and she was just a little bit of a monkey.
Jamie Pye's joined us.
Hey up, Jamie Pye, how you doing? How's Vicky? There we go, just scrumbling in the extra layers. Lots and lots of scrumbling, unfortunately. What I might do actually, where's my Dremel? The one with the nib on.
No, it'd be that one there. Oh no, it isn't.
No, but that's
Next to you.
Oh, it's there. What I might do actually is I'm going to get my. So I've just got a Dremel. This is just going to make this job just a little bit faster. That's all it's going to do. Just waiting for it to heat up. It's a solid point burner. It's got a shading tip in it, and I'm just going to scrumble over just the same as I would with that. You don't need to change machines. I'm just doing this for quickness.
So you might get a bit more done.
Yeah, well, otherwise we could be here for 3 weeks. So on these, this is a temperature control on these, and that is on full at the moment just to heat it up, and then what I will do is turn it down to low. This is actually a gas burner, so I haven't got any wires or anything like that.
Yeah, Jamie says it's £750 light now thanks to OGK.
Ah, it was his fault, was it? So I'm just going to do a bit of a test on, just got a bit of a blank here. I'm going to do a bit of a test on here, look. I'm just going to see it starting to come through nicely. So what I'm going to do is turn that down and use this. Because
So
this...
it got out?
No, I've just turned it down. Because these burners are a million miles away from where you want them, I always use something like this. It's just an inch thick piece of packing foam on my piece, just to rest my hand on, really. So we're just going to make this job just that little bit quicker. There we go. If you've got a bigger tip for your machine, then you by all means, you know, use it. Just turn that up a little bit, just needs a little bit more. We're just scrumbling away. Used to have to be
Mixers. Oh, Bernie.
Yeah, Bernie. I do love this for a lot of my black work, but
just means you can get it done quick.
yeah, it does, absolutely. And so you could be here for a long time, you know, layering your shading. Yes, you can turn the machines up, and that's not a problem, but I just find that this tip here is just that little bit bigger, so it just covers a bigger area than the little teeny tiny one. And around here, just dragging across one way, kind of moving it away from me. There we go. Just filling it in. Moving it around. So there's still not a lot of pressure on this machine. In fact, there's no pressure at all. It's more just moving it around the surface of the wood. And we're just gently defining that line just there. Just so that we can see that that's slightly far away. That there you go. You can see that a bit better now. Just back to scrumbling again for a second. It's really dark just there, isn't it? So it's really, really dark. It is black. So I'm just going to define the line across there, just moving slowly because I want that black. Just this section here, so very, very small circular motions. Just to get that bit black. And the slower you go, the darker you burn. The faster you go, the lighter you burn. Doesn't matter which technique that you use. Okay, so I'm just going to use upwards motion just around this section of this part of the glass here. Just to fill in, there's like, you can see it on there. You can see that there's a bit of a bitty bit between the wood, and where you can see where the burn's not quite covered the wood, should I say. We're just taking that up very, very gently, just to smooth it out a little. And then making sure I'm going round with the glass, or the shape of the glass, should I say. There we go. And stop here too. Just doing the same as what we was doing just down there, just a little bit further up, just to blend. There we go. Just so we can see the definition of that, where that
it doesn't look as good on camera as it does on...
No, they don't tend to. And especially close up as well.
Yeah.
If you go like this, yeah, it doesn't look very good at all. But if you go like this and take it out a little bit more, you can actually see that there's a lot of detail in there. So I'm going to turn that off now. I'm done with that for a second. I don't think the angle of this camera is helping very well. There, it's going underneath that light lock. There we go. So the light that's above, it's just shining off here.
Yeah, it's reflecting.
Yeah, it's reflecting. So back to the Peter Child now, because we're going to fill in some of the other bits. Turn this back down to a number 3. And we are going to define this line down here, which is where this plastic bit where your nose would be. It kind of goes into the plastic of the goggles. Plastic, metal, not quite sure what they are.
I'd say about the pictures, they're supposed to look like the brass.
Yeah, well, that'll do. So just defining this line a little bit down here. Just using the swinging motion backwards and forwards. Very light pressure again on this pen. Don't tend to use a lot of pressure on anything that I do, really. There we go. Don't feel that you need a lot of pressure. You're aiming to burn on the surface of the wood rather than into the wood. You know, if you imagine, you know, sort of when you're drawing on a piece of paper and you're drawing on the surface, you don't want to gouge into it, do you? So this is the same, it's just wood and a hot tip. There we go. So we're going to come down this bit. Just dull. This is a little bit white, so we're just going to dull this down and scrumble on it actually. Get the good old scrumble on it. Just to dull those bits down just a second. There is some highlights bits in there, but what we'll do is towards the end we'll take those bits out with a knife. And scrape those bits away, because there are any ever so tiny lines on those bit there. So it's scrumble out on here. So I'm scrumbling, but I'm moving backwards and forwards because that is it's how the brass is kind of looking. I don't know whether they are actually brass.
If they're not made to look like it.
Yeah, I don't think they are. They're Logans.
I know.
I don't think they are they? Same down here. I can't remember them being that heavy, so I don't think they are brass. I think they're actually plastic, but there we go. So what I'm going to do is go over this bit here, this light bit, with just a light scrumbling shade. Just to darken it down just a little bit, because we don't want it too light. There are some highlights on that bit, and again we'll just take them out with a knife later on. Then down here it actually is a lot darker than what it is. Let's turn that up to number 4. There we go. Still scrumbling away. So what's everybody been doing this week? Been doing anything exciting?
Andrew's been buying cars.
Are they? Nice. Is that because you broke your other one, or you just fancied a new one? He had problems with his wheels before, didn't he?
Now he's got a problem reaching the steering wheel, apparently.
Is that one from Mick by any chance?
No, that was his own admission.
Oh, right, okay.
He says he needs a booster seat.
Oh, okay. My 7-year-old's about to come out of his. Do you want to borrow his? Sorry, Andrew. There we go.
And Jamie's in the middle of printing the Hulk.
The Hulk.
The Hulk JP even.
Oh, okay. Look forward to seeing that.
And Dewey Shed's joined us.
Who?
Dewey.
Dewey.
Yeah.
Ooh, hello. How you doing? I thought you said Huey for a second.
No, Dewey.
Yeah. Hello and welcome. So just scrumbling still. Trying to get this little bit darker. In fact, actually, now I've got those bits in. I think I might go darker
Says, how
again.
come I get blamed for everything?
Why? Well, because it's normally you, Mick. Turned up to a number 5 on the Peter Childs. So just... It's normally you, Mick, that says something like that. So this is coming out really dark now.
Andrew said he needed a new car.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Can't argue with that, mate. When you need a new one, you need a new one.
And of course he's put in his 3D printer, so he's a bit short of cash now.
Ah. Got some nice new toys to play with, though.
And Sneaks Walmart's joined us. Afternoon, Clive.
Hey up,
Hope
Sneaks.
you're well.
How you doing? How's Mama Sneaks? Just doing a bit of scrumbling here. Getting this dark bit in.
No, it's all Mick's fault, apparently.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, according to Andrew.
Why, did Mick break the car? I always blame Mick.
Mick says, I admit nothing and deny everything.
Best way, mate, best way. So, just going to go up the side of here a little bit more. Yeah. So this is still on a number 5. We'll see how this goes, just to darken this down. I need to darken this bit, this lighter bit down as well as, but not on a number 5. So just adding that in nicely. And
Mick says the tyres on his Little Tykes car was worn out.
Little Tykes. Hey, them Little Tykes cars last for years. How many years did the kids have theirs?
Too many. He said he'd just gone.
It has only just gone, yeah. We had it for Alex, he's 18.
Oh, dog.
She's trying to eat that like that.
Sharon says she made $100 at my first outdoor craft fair.
Ooh, yes, I remember last week you said you were going, didn't you?
And it didn't cost her anything for the stall, so it was all profit.
That's brilliant, that is. Absolutely fabulous. I think she wants to go out, sort something out with her. It's always exciting when you make a few dollars. So what I'm going to do is turn this down again to number 3, and I'm just going to go over this section here just to dull it down a little bit because it's supposed to look like brass and not light wood. So let's just scrumble over there. I'm not worried about filling it all in. There's a couple of I don't think you can see them on camera. There's a couple of sections in there where I've scrumbled and it's gone just slightly darker. I'm not worried about that because of the texture of this actual.
Sharon says she didn't sell the bigger burns stuff.
No. Well, that's a shame. But you sold something. It's normally small stuff that goes at those kind of things, though, isn't it?
And quite often at those sort of things, it's the contacts you make that are the important
Oh God,
bit,
yeah.
not the actual sales on the day.
Yeah. Contacts for like the commissions and stuff like that. There we go. So that bit there is actually quite dark. There we go. It's going in nicely now. I keep banging my head on this camera. I do apologise. Probably why it's wonky, you know. I keep banging my head on it.
I think it's probably the reason.
Yeah. Well, I think last week we had it higher, so I didn't bang my head on it. But then I couldn't zoom in quite as much. And now we've lowered it and I keep banging my head on it again.
So the idea is somewhere in between.
Yeah. Or just not have a big head. You never know. So just going to go down that section there. Just going over a couple of layers of scrumbling just to bring down. It's got like bring this in here. What it's got here is
You always can see it's not light.
there. So what I'm trying to do, where's my pencil? What I'm trying to do with the scrumble is bring this bit in here, so then we can, you know, there's like a dark line in there. Right. Put that back under there because that's keeping that shine off there, look. So that's the bit we're aiming for doing down here, is just doing that scrumble. It's still a little bit dark. We can still go a little bit darker, and we will. It's just making sure that we get that line in now so we don't lose it later on. There we go. Are you using that one to confuse Jacob this week? There we go, just adding that in. So that's looking good now, getting that in there. You can see it just adds that extra bit of depth to it. I'm going to bring this in here. Keep dinging away. I'll just silence that a second. There we go, silenced. Why is it nobody ever wants you? Nobody ever messages or anything until you go live. And then the ding, 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 ding. There we go. So, what we can do now is go in between this bit here. So, this bit here is the hat. And it's like the fibres of the hat. So, we're just going to darken that down. And then this bit is part of the ribbon that comes around the hat. And that's actually quite light, so we will, keep putting pencil mark on it now, we will add some colour to that, just not a lot. So what we're going to do is keep this on a number 3 and start with that bit first. So coming from the dark and scrumbling into the lighter bit. There we go. I always seem to pick dark pictures. Maybe I should pick some more light ones next time.
We had the light one when we did the puppy in the face.
Yeah.
The last two have been darkish.
Yeah. I just see something and I like that, so I just do it.
I'm Rob from Copper Wood Turnings joined us.
Hey up, Rob, how you doing? So what we'll do with this bit towards the end is add some texture in with a knife and make that look a little bit more like ribbon. But just here, there's just, it's darker than this side, but not quite as dark as that side. So we're just going to blend, so we've got a little bit more of a transition that's blended. There we go. There we go. How's that looking on there? That looks right on there, doesn't it?
And Sharon says, I like dark because it gets over. It's getting me over my fear of going to dark.
Yeah, no, don't ever be afraid of going to dark. What's the worst that can happen? You have to sand it off, and you've still got your wood. Yeah, that's the beauty of burning on wood. So the dark, everybody sees the highlights and the lights as what's really, really important. But I always think that the darks are just as important as the lights. Okay, so we've got here brown hat. So we're going to add that in. So I'm just going to scrumble this down in here first. And we're actually losing a bit of that glass. So what we'll do is we'll define that goggle a little bit more in a second. So I just want to put this base layer in before we turn up. There we go. So what I'm going to do is turn this up a little bit. So I've got this onto number 4 now. I'm just under halfway. So halfway on this machine would be 5. But it just depends on how your burner burns. So what I'm going to do is turn this spoon over. I'm just going to define this line down here a little bit, ever so gently. I'm not cutting into the wood at all.
Oh, out of focus.
Is it?
Yeah, your head got in the way.
Oh, sorry. There we go. In my big fat head. Yeah, so just defining that you can see just the definitions ever so light. It's almost like shading it in. There we go. There you go. So you can see, like, we've just put the definition in there nicely. We've still got to go darker with this, so we may have to define that again afterwards. Yeah, we probably will. But that's it. It's fine.
So you're just undoing everything you've just done.
Well, you don't know sometimes you don't know until you've put your burns in how dark the next bit needs to be, and it's fine, because with burning you just layer it. Keep going. Keep adding those layers. So let's go back up here again. Sometimes you think you think you've gone dark enough, and you don't. You just haven't, and you have to go over again, as you can see. Try not to put a hard line in there. There we go, just bringing that up and down just to... There we go. Just using the swinging motion just to go up and down on there. So that's just given that a little bit more definition. So what we need to do now is make this slightly darker. And it's given, the scrumbling's given a bit of a texture where I haven't quite filled the wood in. And I'm looking for texture, because on this particular bit of hat there is texture of the fabric. And you don't have to put in every single detail. As long as you put in the tonal values and you show a little bit of texture, your brain automatically sees what it should be. It's like an optical illusion. There we go. As you can see, I'll show you what I've just done. So what we've just done is that part there. So as you can see, zoom in, you can see the little texture lines. We don't have to put all those little lines in. There is no need. And with the knife, we will add a few of these bits in to bring back the wood later on. What we've just done is added that in there. Now I think it needs to go just a little bit darker. Just on this section here. So I'm going to go from here and I'm going to scrumble just here. Are you off for a nap, dear? There we go. I think this bit here needs to be a bit darker as well. So actually we're going to go up to number 5 and we'll just take this dark section here darker. And what this is like a little fold where the goggles sit on the hat. We're going really dark in here. There we are. So that looks a little bit better, doesn't it? There we are. Bring mid on this camera again. Oh, that camera imprinted on my head, I think. There we are, just taking that a little bit darker. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that now. So, time are we on? Got to. So, just before I lose it, I've got to put it in before I lose it. Take a knife, okay, and I'm just going to add, because there's actually a line that comes from up here, and I've got to put it in, otherwise I will completely lose it.
You'll forget to put it in later.
Yeah.
That's about right.
There we go. That's all we've got there. And then we've got like little random marks that would be fabric. If I don't put it in now, it's gone forever. There we go.
What she really means is she just spotted it needs to be there.
No, it was there, but I needed it defining just that little bit more. If you have got your lines in and you know where they are, then by all means, you know, leave yours as it is. But I have a cloud for a brain, so I really need to put it in, otherwise it won't get done. There we go. I think that just finishes that bit off nicely there, doesn't it? So back
No?
You look like you were going to say something.
No.
I'm just going to grab a drink actually. Go back to the good old spoon shader, and we're going to go to a 3.5 actually. Because what we'll do is we'll take this bit here. So this is a fold of the hat, so it's coming around. No, it's not a fold, is it? It's a rim. Get it right. It's a rim of the hat. So just bringing that into colour. Like I say, very light pressure. Don't need a lot on here. Actually, that bit at the back there, that triangle, is just a bit darker, so let's add that in. There we go. And then stitching just here. Getting this fold right where this fabric is. I'm just using the backwards and forwards motion, just going on there. Keep checking my reference photo as I go. It's always best to check your reference photo, because quite often you can put lines in and you go, what on earth did I put that line in for? It's so easy to do. So just darkening that down. It's actually dark. A bit of a scrumble in there, just to fill those lines in. And we're going to come, I'm going to scrumble that actually. So scrumble that because it's a bit of a circular one. Can't quite get my hand in, it's a bit weird. Trying to get this fold looking right. There we are. So just going to scrumble around here just to get that base layer in. Bit of a base layer. And this line, I've got a line here, that is actually stitching.
I haven't heard from Mick yet. And what's Bernie today, Mick?
Yeah, it's getting to that time, isn't it? Or are you going to give me a break this week?
No, he's not going to be that kind.
Yeah, a week off for good behaviour. So scrumble that, get that in there. I find that scrumbling is one of the best ways to get colour in, colour on the wood quite quickly. There we go. There we are. It's looking quite good. I think I actually need to go a bit darker on there.
Oh, she did, didn't she?
What?
Kez chose what she was doing last week.
Did I? Wow, what did I say?
Instead of scrumbling, she's wobbling free.
Oh, yeah. I completely forgot about that.
So I thought it was an Orinoco you were doing.
Orinoco, yeah, we'll have a look.
Forgot all about that. Oh, no.
He's got the iPad now, so he can have a look for Orinoco. completely forgot. I didn't forget what I go in the kitchen for, so. Just going to darken that a little bit. You could have picked a better picture.
I'll pick a better picture then.
I did. Maybe I didn't.
That's, so Mick says that sounded more like O, S, and lots of stars.
No, I just completely forgot. Completely forgot. Does everybody know what a womble is?
Yeah, it's Mick with the scarf.
I used to call the kids wombles when they were kids because they're forever picking stuff up off the floor. So I've just spotted that bit. There we go. So, right, I'm going to stop with this in a second. So let me just put, using the tip, the very tip of this tip, just to add.
Oh, Sharon doesn't know what a womble is.
Okay, so yeah, I didn't think so because I think it's a UK thing. So a womble, it was well, the Wombles was actually, it wasn't a cartoon, was it? It was like a puppet series. 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
70s and the 80s, and basically you had these. I don't even know what they were.
The Wombles.
Yeah, I know they were Wombles, but they were just like had these. I'll show you a picture actually. Actually, just pull that down. I'm done with that for now. Right, so let me zoom this out.
She's gone to Wombles now. Hats are out of her brain already.
Yeah, hats are out. Right, you can't really describe a womble. Come on. So you've got here a womble. That's not Orinoco, is it? That's Orinoco. All right, so you've got a womble here, and they used to go around picking up rubbish or garbage off the streets. And they used to just clean everything up, and they used to get stuff stuck to them and all sorts. And they just used to go on little adventures and stuff. And they were, you know,
they made things out of it.
Yeah, yeah, and they made stuff out of the rubbish that they found.
Should we try a reverse throw and throw it at you?
No, please don't throw it at me. Thanks. So yeah, so we are aiming to make a womble. Wish me luck. So it's just sort of like, yeah, it was a good, I'll say cartoon, because it wasn't quite a cartoon, but I don't even know what animal they're kind of represented of.
Mick with the scarf.
Mick with the scarf. No. It was like a raccoon. Not a raccoon. No, a possum, isn't it? There's a possum with a long nose. Oh dear me.
Oh dear. Are you going for realistic third?
No, I don't know what I'm going for. I'm just going to make whatever. That's his ears, isn't it? It's like a possum stroke dog. Never actually tried to explain a womble
Sharon
before.
says it looks like a rat at the moment.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it, really? Oh, dear me. See how we go with this.
And they like garbage too, she's right.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. So that's his arm. That's his scarf bit. Flipping womble. I can't even get his hat in, can I?
You've got to try and get the hat in.
No, no. I might have to use the other side and start again.
No. You're just going to have to make do with what you got.
Thanks. God, this is terrible. What idea was this?
Yours.
Mick's fault.
Mick says everyone will know what a womble is once Kez has finished. Honest.
No, just Google search wombles. Might be easier. Yeah, the sword's got 4 fingers. Yeah, we just about got it. That'll do. That'll do, donkey. Right. Blowtorch. Where's the what's there? Thank you. I don't know why I even bother using this, but try it. Okay, so.
Sharon says wombles look like rats in general, not your drawing. I say it was her drawing.
Yes, it was my drawing. It was only a quick sketch. Hey ho. Right, let's roll with this. Come on, wombles. I must at some point try this blowtorch thing that's not under pressure from Mick. It's like, doesn't go hot enough, and then all of a sudden it'll burn. So like peeing a bit. Hang on, look. It's going now. Oh my gosh, that wasn't meant to be there.
Keeps losing focus.
Does it?
Yeah, it keeps picking the back of your burner up.
Oh dear me. Not a bad thing, it's a bit of a terrible going here. Very different way of doing pyrography. Oh, if you guys, any of you guys are following along with the Steampunk Hat, you are more than welcome to post it in the Facebook group. We'd love to see everybody's version of it. Oops, that's not good.
I think we should start posting your versions of these burnies.
Oh gosh, really? Seriously?
Yeah, that might be worth a fortune one day.
You're open. Is that better? It's not focusing on me now.
No, it's not so bad there.
I'm trying to keep it at an angle so it's not focusing. There we go. Got that in there all right.
That was a fluke.
It was a fluke. Most definitely was a fluke. But I'm taking it as a win. That looks nothing like a womble.
Sharon says, which Facebook group? It's the one that the link's in the top of the chat.
Yeah.
So if you click the link in the top of this chat,
the one that
it'll take
the one that you posted in the other day, Sharon, about the one that you tagged me in for tips.
Yeah, Mick says so. On the positive side, you've got a womble available to pick up the litter.
That's my husband. My husband's a flipping womble. That's where the kids get it from. that was doing all right. It's not something. Ah. See what we can do with this, because his fur's. Oh, I didn't draw his hand on that side. Never mind.
One-handed womble.
Oh, nose. He's got a big fat nose. Oh my gosh.
See, try and get that arm in under the end.
Eh?
Good
What?
point, Joe. I can't use the link without losing the YouTube page.
Yeah, that's true. Some technical thingies again. Terrible, aren't they? Piece of wood's got a what's it on it? Right, hand.
Yeah, she said she said in the original comment that she's in several pyrography groups and I keep forgetting which one's yours.
Pyrography and wood burning for beginners to advanced. Probably a really, really long, stupid name, but we could have called it something else. There we go. I'm calling that done. Nice.
And she got it.
What?
She found it.
There we go. A wonky womble.
Let me take that off your hands.
A wonky womble, I'd say. There you go, guys.
I think they're starting to get better.
Are your glasses on upside down?
Well, if we start going back to your first one, shall we?
Yeah.
Shall we start comparing?
Yeah, you could do. It's just as terrible. I don't even know where it is. It's gone somewhere. Right, put that one on. So, yeah, I've lost my other one now. There we are. So, that's what we've been doing today. That's the proper stuff. That's the fun stuff. And, yeah, we enjoy both. We do enjoy both. Well, I do. I don't know about him. So, right. Same time next week. And we will carry on with the rim of that hat and get all the shading in on that. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure as always. Time always flies by. Yeah.
Sharon says she's posted progress.
Excellent, excellent. I'm going to post my progress in a minute as well because I keep forgetting. I keep saying to you guys to do it and I forget as well. So I'm going to jump and take a photo in a minute before I forget. So, right. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been a pleasure as always. Same time next week. And we will carry on with this and we'll see you next week. See you soon, guys.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.